Hi, my name is Eric Sherman, and I've been asked by my friend Antonia to make some comments on the movie Casablanca, 1942 release from Warner Brothers. Casablanca is unique in film history because it's not, quote, spectacular, no special effects, no big stunts, no fights. It's just a movie that has engrossed the public's imagination for 70 plus years now. And what a year that was for movies, 1942. Stars Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, Sidney Greenstreet, Peter Lorre, Claude Rains, and a host of others, and the great man playing a pianist who actually was not a pianist, Dooley Wilson. Why has this film captured so much imagination? First of all, my father, Vincent Sherman, who was a Warner Brothers contract director during that time, discovered the property sitting in the Warner vaults. It was a play, an off-Broadway play called Everybody Comes to Rick's. And he went to Warner and he said, Mr. Warner, I'd like to make this a film. And Warner said, that piece of crap? And my dad said, yes, but it's great movie crap. And Warner said, okay, Vince, I'm in trouble in another film. You take this other film over, bail me out on that one, and then when you get back to LA, you can do this one. My dad went and did the other film, which was an Ann Sheridan film, came back to LA, and Michael Curtiz already had started the film. So my dad didn't get to do Casablanca, but he liked Curtiz and liked Curtiz's work, and so he didn't carry animosity with him.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris. We didn't have, we lost it until you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night.
The film, as we know, is about loyalty and integrity against a common enemy. And Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, Bogart had never been a leading romantic man. Bergman had been one of the great actresses and romantic heroines. In this film, Casablanca, the question of personal loyalty and romance over and above political integrity and ethical action occurs. The characters make some very interesting choices, and I think it appeals to individuals. Now, the film works on the level of individuals, it works on the level of romance and couples, it works on the level of political groups, and it works on the level of all mankind or all humanity. So it spans those four sort of regions of existence and concern. The writers were Julius and Phil Epstein, twin brothers who my father says are the greatest writers he worked with in his own career. They wrote a film that my father directed called Mr. Skeffington, and he said they were just brilliant. They went off to war just before the movie started, and Howard Koch, the man who was famous for writing the Orson Welles radio script Invasion from Mars, took over. But then the Epsteins came back, so the script truly is an amalgam of the three writers. They would sit on set during the day and type the pages for that day, so nobody really knew how it was going to go. And that's extraordinary that a film of this quality that's lasted 70 plus years was written in that way, but the theme was so agreed upon and so identifiable that it sort of united everybody. Bogart was shorter in height than Ingrid Bergman, so he often was standing on little steps or what we call lifter shoes. But there was a magnetism between the two of them. Her beauty and vulnerability and his manliness played so well against each other. The famous moment in the script, which isn't actually a line from the script, play it again, Sam, it's slightly other than that, epitomizes the nostalgia and the romance against the desire to have the greatest good and the hope for mankind as represented by defeating the Nazis. The actors are all so wonderful and so embodied, which means to make visible the roles, that they didn't even have to do much. If you look at the film, there's a lot of time where the people are just looking at one another, which is one of the keys to great film acting. The cinematography was fine, not spectacular, but absolutely adequate to the message. The sets, it was all shot on the Warner Brothers backlot, except for the scene at the end in the airplane, which was staged with a little miniature model in forced perspective in the background at the Van Nuys or Burbank Airport. It's a film where the people and their themes and what they stood for really shines forth, which demonstrates that movies ultimately, storytelling movies, are ultimately about the people and the characters. There is plot, there is visual, but if the people are not there, we're not interested in them. We don't have to like them, but we have to be interested in them. And the writers, Epstein brothers and Howard Koch, and the director Curtiz, and the actors were all interested in these people, and so they brought them to life. This film continues to capture imaginations and is it's shown in many colleges and college towns in the U.S. Every year it's shown. So with that, I'm happy that Casablanca exists. It's a wonderful experience in a movie.